What's up, guys? My name is Jomel.
My name's Jarron Gaddis.
And we are the Wannabe Boo Podcast, bringing you the latest and greatest game and anime news, reviews, and waifus for lifeu. This is episode 27.
28.
Is it 20? Wait, is it 28? No,
last one was 27.
Last one was 27?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
We just recorded it, Jomel.
Did we just, slide... Yeah, you're right. You're fucking right. This is episode 28. I am wrong.
Just fucking did it. We're doing some pre-recordings. If you didn't, I guess you
probably don't know, but now
wouldn't have been able to pick up on it.
Our secret's been revealed now, John. Thanks a lot. Now it's all a ruse.
They deserve to know we are supposed to be transparent.
This is true.
We're supposed to be open with our 300 people. For how many ever it's now? 400 maybe.
I can do a quick check while you talk.
Yeah. Well, we had to do a couple pre-recordings because I am moving to Alabama. By the time this one comes out, I will be well into Alabama. I'll already be a weekend. But we were recording this the day before I left, which was the 29th of July. And this will come out probably on the... Let me look at my calendar. The 6th?
Something like that.
No.
Well, it should be like
later on, the fucking 13th. Who knows?
Point is, you'll get it when you get it.
You get it when you get it.
And update. We are as of this recording, we are at 373 downloads.
Hey,
so
almost there.
Hopefully, by the time like this podcast comes out, we'll actually reach over 400.
Mm-hmm.
So, but before then, you guys are gonna be stuck with these for a bit. But as always, quality content as usual. You know,
if you want to count it as quality,
I'd say it's quality because while we still figure out how to do the remote show in Alabama and Illinois, that kind of thing, how that
well, when I
works.
say if it's quality, I'm not saying our process. I mean us.
Yeah, I know. I believe that we're quality. We're quality people.
Quality trash cans.
See, we may be trash, but we're golden. Like we're still good quality.
With that nice bedazzle finish.
If you were to compare to trash cans, we're the recycling.
Oh.
Or we don't just take we take specified trash.
Right.
Only the good stuff that can be reused into society.
Right. I got you. I got you. I'm picking up what you're putting down in the bin.
Punny there, Jarron.
Is that a pun?
But this week, guys, we want to take you back a little bit because I know we talked about our top animes before, but we never really gave you like a kind of concrete list of like some of our top shows in specific genres. Yeah. So we're gonna go a little bit more into depth with this and kind of there's also some for those newcomers, something they want to watch or even some that you may be interested in watching in a specific genre. So we got 3 per person here to give you.
Right. We effectively made what we call the C.R.E.A.D, which is just a kind of a simple genre list. Because like there's a lot. There's you can get into sci-fi, you can get into fantasy, you can get into a whole bunch of shit. But we're gonna make it real simple on you.
We got core basics here.
We got core basics. We got following the word Creed. We got comedy. We got romance. We got ecchi. We got action, and we got drama.
So some of these I wouldn't say these are like really core, but these are some pillars. These are some pillars, some major pillars to like get into, and because I mean, obviously a lot of these will crisscross and all that, but these are like kind of good defining ones for per genre.
Ecchi being the penile shaped pillar,
very penile and like the most erect.
The most erect. In fact, it's too like if it was like
it's in the middle. It's in the middle of Creed, so it's like. If all the pillars were stacked together, it's in the middle, so it's like it'd be like a like the Disney the Disney castle. It'd be kind of sloping towards the middle.
Yeah. Okay, I got you.
It's sloped towards the middle like a beautiful monument.
Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. Taste of like the French cooked it. Wait, what?
Francois. What? You combine like German and like French there for a second.
Yeah, I'm tired. I can't do accents right now. But it's that good shit, yo. Exactly. Gotta love them anime titties.
Exactly.
Always.
Well, we got a lot to cover here, so let's get started right here.
Let's jump right in. So
let's dive right here. Insert splash sound. Wrong sound, Jarron. Wrong sound.
Splish splash, take a bath.
Maybe I should cut that out. Want to start things off, Jarron, with comedy?
All right, so yeah, we're gonna hit up comedy first. I'm a pretty simple man. I like my simple things.
As always.
I'm not fuck's that supposed to mean, Jomel?
What?
What?
What? You see boobs you like, right?
You're right.
Well, this is not actually. We'll get to that eventually.
We'll get to that. So the first on my list, probably I didn't put them in any particular order, but my favorite of the comedy genre is a little anime called Nichijou.
Oh.
We'll put all the links for shit in the
definitely. All the anime will be listed in the description below.
Yeah.
You can check them out for yourself.
I believe most of these are probably on like a Crunchyroll or a Verve or wherever you're gonna find it legally.
Yeah.
One of my specific ones will not be on any of those, but we'll get to that. But yeah, Nichijou, one of my favorite comedy animes because it's so like it. I guess it's
sort of niche comedy, isn't it?
It's specific Japanese humor. It's like the holy grail for the Japanese, or it's that style,
like traditional,
that traditional kind of comedy. Yeah, that's it. It's just that weird tongue-in-cheek, high octane bullshit that just kind of happens for no reason.
Exactly.
It's literally just a story about high school girls existing, but they just said, "All right, we're just gonna turn on the what," and then throw it all in there.
Exactly. Just turn up the what the fuck meter.
Right.
Honestly, like to max.
And it's fucking gorgeous. I love it so damn much. And one for the very similar reason. So while one's for high school girls, this other one's for high school boys, which is literally Daily Life of High School Boys, which is
classic.
Essentially the same flavor, or at least the same idea. It's just a bunch of high school boys being fuckers, but it's different. It's not so much the weird Japanese humor. It's
like daily life humor.
Daily life humor, except they're on another level.
Yeah, that's true. It's a little bit more relatable in a sense, right?
Yeah, it's definitely more relatable, but it's just it's. I had to really think about this in the sense that what made me laugh out loud the most, and it was definitely these two and Konosuba. I love Konosuba like it's a fucking child. That is definitely one of my favorite anime. Like it's people have words about it, but the way they handle themselves, like it's supposed to be a parody of the whole isekai genre, main character going into the world,
right,
into a fantasy world. But like they just say, all right, fuck it, just turn everything on their head. They never leave the starting area, and they're literally all of them are just pieces of shit in their own right. Every character, and it's great. Like I fucking love it so much. Though, I feel kind of bad because I wanted to put this on there, but I had to go with what actually made me laugh out loud the most. But the main runner-up is Pop Team Epic.
Oh yeah.
Boy, did I like that show! Just has a special place in my soul because it's so fucking stupid. Like Pop Team Epic is like I'm pretty sure I've explained it before. It's like if you took a bunch of fat, shitty anime shit posters and condensed them into two fucking shitty looking high school girls, and that's the anime.
Exactly. Like I don't know. I mean, I got nothing more to say than what you've already provided for us.
That's literally what it is. You have to check it out. It's just fucking. It's just dumb. But go on, Joel. Let's hear
my
your side
comedy
of the
list.
story.
All right. So the first one here is sort of a little bit on the sort of weird part of it, but it's more so on the other season of it. But it's the working series. So working, but specific. I mean, I would highly recommend all 3 seasons of Working. Like that first series, and then but the one I do really want to hit on the most is WW.Working, which is I guess it's sort of the spiritual sequel to it, but it doesn't actually contain any of the characters from the previous one.
Well, I don't know if it would be a sequel. Then it would be more like a spin-off. But then does it spin?
It's in the exact same. It's like. I guess it'd be a sort of a spin-off
universe of Japan.
It would be because technically it's the same restaurant, so it's kind of like if it's just a different restaurant in the same world.
Right.
But I love like WW.Working to death just because of it's like this is really like a slice of life kind of humor. Cause it's about these characters working in like a Denny style restaurant, family restaurant, and all the weird life shenanigans that they go through either outside or inside of work, and just them going through all that. Like the main character, for example, has a he has a weird dedication to this one person because he's trying to help her how to like be better as a cook, but she's just god awful. He's the only one that's willing to taste her cooking and almost die. Like he actually has an afterlife experience every time he eats something from her.
But
so
it's okay. She's cute.
Actually, yeah, she is, but she's an idiot though. But that's okay. She has her own quirk.
What can you do?
What can you do? Next on the list, Jarron, you may remember this. Korewa no Zombie Desuka.
Oh, I love that one. That one also has a special place in my heart. Also one of my favorites, but I couldn't put it down. But I'm glad you did.
Mm-hmm. This even though it's sort of like slated as a little bit of a action series. I remember it mostly because of its like weird comedy.
It's just so fucking goony. Like it was so goofy. Just.
Like when it had its downtime from the action, it utilized that downtime to its full extent.
I mean, even to be honest, half the action was caused because of some comedic something.
That's true.
Or it just
tomfoolery, honestly.
Like I'm pretty sure I remember the first one where, because I guess minor spoiler for a old ass anime. He's a zombie, obviously,
right?
But he also becomes a magical girl. He becomes a magical girl because he steals the power from some other magical girl by accident.
Not just any magical girl, like a chainsaw wielding magical girl.
And it's great. But like the first enemy he fought as a magical girl was this fucking rapey ass like fucking crustacean.
Exactly.
And it got him.
Yeah, it's not like he didn't enjoy it. Or it's not like he did not enjoy it.
He didn't.
That's true.
It
was a moment for him.
He just kind of had to deal with it.
Yeah, exactly. But I definitely recommend checking this out. It's like two seasons. It's just a heads up. Some of these are actually going to be a little bit old and niche because some of these are kind of like sort of titles that kind of got lost in the world, and I want to bring them out because for definitely. some awareness and all this.
To be honest, I don't have very many new ones on here.
Okay, but the next one, the third one I want to touch upon is actually really really recent. I kind of consider it as the underdog of the series just because it was sort of overshown, or it was trapped in the shadow of the other big series during its time. Hinamatsuri.
Oh, right.
I mean, Hinamatsuri.
Hinamatsuri was a special one. I loved it so much.
It's definitely gonna be something to remember.
Yeah,
of that season.
I was too busy looking back in the past. I probably would have put that on my list if I wasn't like, all right, I got to think of something beforehand. Like,
exactly. Like I always remember the first time watching. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? The guy's like, oh, no smartphone, no.
like how do you
process any of that?
They did their brand of comedy so well.
It was wholesome.
It was wholesome. That's the drama section. We don't talk about that.
That's true.
But the humor in it was just too good. It was like a mix between deadpan, tongue in cheek, just
bullshit.
Like it was great. It was just good.
But that's definitely something to look into. It's really recent. It's definitely on Crunchyroll. So, actually, most of except Korewa Zombie Desuke, that's not a they recently put it on Crunchyroll.
Oh, it's recent. Okay.
Yeah, so all the ones I listed so far in my comment list are all on Crunchyroll. All right, let's kick things off with romance.
Good old romance. You want to start this one, Jomel? This is more cool.
My spiel.
Your spiel.
All right. Some of these are gonna be titles that some people never heard of, but I'm a shine a light because some of these really do deserve some light. Really pretty an old classic one back in high school. I don't know if you might remember this. Princess Lover.
Yeah, I do remember Princess Lover. That was a good one.
Princess Lover is
also really good ecchi.
Really good actually. I enjoy it. It's kind of like your it was kind of a standard old school romance. You know, like nice. You had a simple story, simple concept. You got a guy that's to be head.
It also spawned or spawned from an H game.
It might have been an H game and then got transferred into an anime just without the H parts.
Yeah.
But it's your kind of good old standard spiel of a romance story where you got main guy is gonna be the next of head of some sort of company. He's of course a transfer student at a prestigious high school where he runs into beautiful women that so one of them being his fiance that he has to try to get to know.
She is fucking adorable.
Indeed, it's like kind of she's sort of not really tsundere, but she's like the tough one, right?
Yeah, the tough one.
She's the tough one, and you also got kind of like the bubbly character which he runs into before meeting in school. I forgot her name, but I loved her character the most, and. There's some, there's some like kind of like drama and action scenes that go down, but a lot of it I remember was the kind of good chemistry that the main character had with all the female heroine, all the heroine characters and all that. And granted, it did kind of end on a kind of cliffhanger. He didn't really choose anybody, but it was a good watch, pretty fun watch to me. I highly recommend it.
Just play the H game and fuck whoever you want.
Pretty much, you might as well. H game of the same name.
Yeah.
Next one here. The World God Only Knows.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
This one was essentially a romance title from the get go.
Yeah, it's like
you got main character gets bestowed upon by a devil, right, or a demon. He gets a demon gets bestowed upon to him, and he has to essentially save the world because lesser spirits have been released into the common world
from hell. And he and how these lesser demons work is that they operate by filling in the holes in people's hearts, specifically particularly women.
Yeah, for some reason, women. And he is given the task by this demon to capture, pretty much like Ghostbuster style, capture these ghosts, but not in your own ordinary vacuum cleaner style. No, he has to fill in that void himself with love, essentially. Yeah. So he has to fill in their heart with himself.
So essentially, like, you know how like some animes do that whole arc thing where it's like, oh, he'll go after one girl and then they'll like reset time and he'll go after another one. No, he's like, all right, so this season I have to go capture fucking four girls. All right, well, let's go fucking do it. Just starts hammering through, and he's like a god of, like, quote unquote god of dating sims.
Exactly.
So he applies all of his knowledge to dating and capturing these girls.
Exactly. I mean, it's pretty much dating sim the anime.
Yeah.
With a little bit of a twist. It's also based off of the manga.
Right.
That recently ended like months ago. So if the anime doesn't cover, there's 4 seasons.
Was there 4?
Yeah, because the last season's the goddess arc.
Right.
So, but that's where it stopped. So if you want to finish the story, you're gonna have to read the rest of the manga. But highly recommended. This is a great watch back in high school.
Also, if we had a category for it, it would win best opening for me. Like, hands down.
The first season opening, right?
First season. Well, actually, all of them are pretty good, but it would be the first season's opening that fucking, to this day, I listen to just like anytime I'm feeling some kind of way. It's like, it's so fucking good.
Definitely. And
also, it's 8 minutes long.
Oh yeah, that's a really long open, like the full song.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. It's kind of like the Bohemian Rhapsody of like anime openings.
Also, another side, I'm actually pretty sure all of them are one song.
Like, what do you mean? Like
every opening, like, so the
the
full opening for the first one, the second opening, and the third opening. And I don't know, I didn't hear the fourth one, but I'm pretty sure they're all connected as one song.
Really?
So they're long as
How you figure?
Shit. It's because the way, if you listen to the full song for the first season, it kind of ends abruptly. Right. It almost feels like it's where the second one starts.
Okay, I gotta try that then and see if there's like weird connection to all of this.
I could be wrong. I never looked it up, but yeah, they're so damn good.
And last on the romance list here is something called C.R.E.A.D.
I haven't watched C.R.E.A.D.
So this is something that's like, this is really old. I don't know what year it was. Probably like maybe mid 2000s. It was only 9 episodes. It was sort of an OVA series. This is more so on the adult side of the romance, where it handled more of it was more of a mature relationship. Basic synopsis is, you have you got your main character. It's a guy. I think he's an office work. No, he's a salary man, but specifically for a advertising company. Like he had a he advertises like a product that he made. I think it was like chips, like a bag of chips or something called Ha. And he pretty much is just trying to promote stuff, and along the way he runs into this voice actress. And this is all in the first episode. Like he runs into her. She's in some sort of like emotional turmoil. He offers her a place to stay, and then they end up having
the emotional turmoil was that her apartment burned down.
Yeah, that was me. It was very emotional.
Yeah,
because she lost all her stuff, and that included all of her like voice acting stuff and all that. And I think she was still up and coming as well. She was up and coming voice actress. So she it was her. If she was by herself in the city and all that. So he offered her a place to stay, and immediately in the first episode they get into a very intimate relationship, and it's not so much drama heavy, but it's pure in a sense where they look out for each other, because she ends up like participating in his campaign for his product as a voice actress for the mascot.
Okay.
For his product, and so it's sort of this like kind of nice kind of mature relationship of just man and woman just getting by life. And I can't remember if it ended well or not, but I remember this as sort of a kind of a gem or a diamond in the rough when it came to like kind of sort of like rough romance. 2006. This is like really old. I mean, the style holds up, to be honest.
It looks like it. I mean, it's by Shaft.
Oh really? I did not know that. Yeah. Okay. It was I'll be honest here, it's not as shafty as you're used to nowadays.
I imagine this is before Shaft became Shaft.
Okay, so before that makes some sense now. But I definitely will recommend this. This is a more down to earth kind of story. You don't got anything too extreme. It's just two ordinary people trying to get to know each other, trying to learn more about each other as their relationship progresses. And it's a really really easy watch. 9 episodes.
Check it out. It's 9 episodes. Each episode's 13 minutes long.
Yeah, so it's like half an episode long. So really easy watch. Definitely recommend it. All right, Jarron, what do you got for the romance side?
Mine might be a little vanilla.
Nah, that's cool. You know me. I'm a vanilla kind of guy.
You're right. First on my list is anime called Please Teacher.
Oh, yes.
Now, I don't know why I had such an affinity to this anime. It's like I watched it and I was like I was rooting for them so hard to the point where it's like I just wanted to say fuck all his friends. I don't give a shit about their problems. I just want to see their relationship.
It's progressing.
I just want to see their relationship progress, and that's essentially what I've based this romance section on. Is just
like success.
I just stopped caring about the world around the two main characters. Like, I just want them.
It's like you're part of their love bubble.
Right, exactly.
So a weird third wheel.
I'm just like there with the back of their heads, like, now kiss.
Do it. Let your lust consume you, Jedi. I'm sorry. Weird Star Wars segment.
You right. You fucking right. But like, Please Teacher. Quick synopsis was this kid that had a weird metabolism thing that where his body will like have a metabolic pause. And like he'll stop aging, but he'll like go into a coma and weird shit.
Yeah.
And it's kind of held him back from living life. He's way older than he actually is. Blah 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 blah. But he meets this new teacher who turns out to be an alien. First episode. And because he found out her secret, he has to help keep that secret. But eventually, I'm just gonna say, because the whole anime is about the relationship. They get married by like episode 2, and
due to like some unforeseen circumstances.
And now he has to help keep her secret. That not only is he's married to her because she's his teacher, but also that she's an alien. So they have to figure out how to spend time together without any extra bullshit, and like they also have to build a relationship, learn how to sleep together, and all that kind of stuff. And it's great, and I loved it.
I loved it too. That was a great watch for me.
The other one is C.R.E.A.D.
Oh, the heartbreak of a series.
The heartbreak of my fucking life, because I've had to watch it fucking 7 times now.
Are you still willing to watch it today?
No. No more.
Too soon, John. Too soon.
Too soon. But the reason why I like it, I put this in my romance category, not because my waifu's in it, but because I genuinely enjoy the relationship between the main character and the main heroine, because she's so. It's like, it's because of their like super opposing personalities. Like he's just like this shitty roaring fire that everyone just kind of gets tired of because he's whiny, and she's just this pure cute, like, how sometimes in anime they'll pour water and they'll get those like little rainbow bursts around it, those like little sparkles around the water as it comes pouring down.
Oh, right.
Like when they want to get real cinematic with water, like she's that water being poured over this shitty fire water. And I fucking love it. It's like, it's just seeing how their love develops. I mean,
it's also a weird
tragedy strikes, but
it's also like a coming of age story as well, right?
Also.
Because it literally follows like the rest of their life from high school.
And it's honestly one of the I don't want to say the only anime I've ever seen that did that carried on their relationship to the point where they were adults. I'm sure I've seen another, but it's not coming to hit mine right now. But it's definitely the most memorable because it's one of the rare few that'll do that.
Exactly. That'll just push through their lives even further.
Right. So I fucking, if you couldn't tell beforehand, I am a huge buff for none of those. Oh, are we gonna get together? Maybe we will at the end of the anime. Who knows? I want them fucking in bed together by episode 2. That's what I fucking want.
Like, you want that success.
I want that success. I want to see it, and then I want to see that flourish or fucking come crashing down. Either or. But
like, you just see it through. That's what you want.
Right, exactly. And C.R.E.A.D, it's 24 episodes. It happened a little later, but
2 seasons too.
Yeah.
It's 24 episodes per season, right? Something like that. 27 episodes per.
I think so. I don't remember. A lot of trauma. You just kind of start blocking.
A lot of trauma. Yeah. It's PTSD.
But it's good. It's good. It's real good. Real good. If you're gonna watch it, get past the old art style of C.R.E.A.D, where the eyes are too big and too far apart. Just get over it. Yeah, get over it.
Classic.
It's okay.
Yeah, classic C.R.E.A.D.
Classic C.R.E.A.D. The next one is probably the most vanilla of them all, which is Toradora.
Oh yes, that's like sort of like the old staple of like what mid 2000s romance anime, along with C.R.E.A.D.
It's, I mean, what can I say? Like I mean, this is another one where they got together, and I was like, I'm fucking rooting for them. Granted, this one definitely happened way later in the show, because this one's 24, 26 episodes.
It was also more drama heavy, a little bit more.
Yeah, it's way more drama heavy. But I liked the premise of the main heroine and main character weren't set up to like each other. Because you know how sometimes like, oh, they'll have a fateful meeting somehow, blah, 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 whatever.
Right.
No, it's literally because he likes her best friend and she likes his best friend, so they help each other get with the other. But as they start to learn more about each other, to like, I guess, help appeal to the other side, they start to like each other more. Yeah. And it's like, I fucking loved that.
It's like an unexpected kind of like encounter.
Right, exactly. And
it's like you just want to root for both of them rather than like they're what they want initially.
Well, I mean, sometimes. No, honestly, I rooted for both. Like, really? I wanted them to be together, but I also wanted them to go after the people that they were going after, because like, I loved the characters that they were going after. It was fucking awesome. And then, I mean, they started adding other characters that I didn't give a shit about, but like, you know, it was just
one though.
It was one, but I mean, I didn't care that much about her in particular.
Okay.
But I thoroughly love Toradora. That's my vanilla ass romance category.
Definitely a great watch.
It's real good. There's a reason why it's a staple. Like, fucking I don't know what's going on these days where anime aren't 20 or so episodes anymore.
Budget?
It's probably
maybe,
budget,
you know.
I imagine. But I'm fucking happy.
Exactly. Well, next on here, Jarron, you let's kick this off with what you got.
Yeah,
Steam rolling here with
good old Ecchi, good old Ecchi here. Now I'm gonna save the best for last.
Okay.
We're gonna start with Seiko no Quasar.
Oh my God.
So, all right, again, quick explanation. It's a really cool anime. The concept behind it's really cool, because all these cool experimental people, whatever their origin story was, they all have like the control over a specific element in the periodic table, and they fight each other because of what religious bullshit, whatever. And it's fucking cool. The main character controls iron. There's people that control like titanium, sulfur, lead, oxygen, and they can do a whole bunch of cool shit with it. It's fucking awesome. And like, but then it's like, all right, so here's this concept, but what if we added titties? That's literally what it is.
Exactly.
Where in order to power themselves, they have to drink breast milk from the source. Like they have to fucking get in there, like straight up, like it's
like they have a designated partner for that.
Exactly.
In their fights.
And it's the weirdest thing. They'll go from action like, yeah, we're fucking each other up, till like, all right, I need a milk break.
Exactly. Like I forget what studio, but the studio will spend extra frames on the milk break time.
Like it was so ridiculous. And then like I didn't know what I was getting into the first time I watched it. It's like I was like, oh, this is like I read the synopsis. Like, yeah, periodic tables. I'm fucking in this. Like I guess I glossed over the whole ecchi part. And then the first scene, the first fucking 20 seconds of the anime was just this woman harvesting women, like high school girls, for their milk, and I'm like, whoa. Like,
is this the right link?
I didn't know what I was watching.
Like, did you stumble into a hentai?
I just accidentally stumbled upon this anime. I'm like, what is happening? But it was really good. It has 2 seasons. Both are, I think, 12. First season, the main character's himself. Second season, he has to pretend to be a girl. So there's your trap bait.
Yeah. Or Yuri, if you if you want to count that.
Because he goes to an all-girl school.
Yeah. So
to find something.
Breast milk candidates.
Yeah. And that's why you gotta put it in the category for the category. Those titties look scrumptious.
And indeed,
they had everything I needed. They had lactation. They had breasts in with breast expansion.
Oh my!
It had everything I needed.
Bit of a PSA here. Breast milk is really better for us. We shouldn't be milking. We shouldn't be drinking moo milk.
Right? No, the woman at the beginning of Seiko no Quasar had the right idea. Just harvest girls for their milk.
I don't know about that, John. We're talking about humane society nowadays. I'm not about to go walk up to Miss Johnson 3 doors down and ask for her breast milk.
You just fucking hook her up in the machine. He's just
pumping up that lactate pump.
Yeah, boy.
Oh my God.
Straight from
the nectar of source.
The nectar, exactly.
No, Jarron. Moving on.
My next one is Queen's Blade.
Isn't that a hentai?
No.
Are you sure?
It might be. It might as well be. Is what I should say.
True.
Well, I mean, all right. So this one doesn't even really have a plot. It's like, or it has a plot, but like there's so many like seasons and spinoffs that I don't even know what's happening anymore.
That's true.
So the basic premise is that there's this Queen's tournament called Queen's Blade, where a bunch of women go and fight each other, and whoever wins becomes queen of the world or king, whatever, and they can do whatever the fuck they want. So here's a good excuse to just have a bunch of big ass, titty ass, thick women beating the fucking tar out of each other, just generally molesting each other for no fucking for shits and giggles, essentially.
Oh man.
Because I don't ever want to go over the basic like what actually happened in the plot, because it doesn't matter. Like,
does it make any sense at all?
It makes sense. Like, there's this girl from this noble house that her sisters are better than her, but she wants to strike out and become her own warrior.
I see.
So she goes out, trains. It's actually, it's pretty good actually. If you just ignore, can't ignore it, but it's
just kind of get past that.
If you can get past it, it's a lot to wade. There's a lot to wade through. But if you got past it, it's a very simple story of her training to become,
the Queen's Blade,
the queen for Queen's Blade. Mm-hmm. Either that or take down the system. I don't remember. But like the characters in that, specifically like one, her name is C.R.E.A.D. She almost became my waifu.
Really?
But I had to stop myself because I can't just go based on body size.
That's true. You can't be thinking your dick, Jarron.
Because there's like, all right, so there's like High School DxD thick, and then there's like, all right, let's turn this up to fucking 1200, and you have characters like C.R.E.A.D. And I was like, okay, I'm in this. I'm here. This is where I'm at. Great swords and big gigantic titties. I'm here.
Oh my god.
Not big titties. Not just your everyday run of the mill titties.
We talking Icon titties here?
These are damn near Icon titties.
Jesus
Speaking
Christ.
of Icon titties, Icon
That's your third?
Is my third on my list.
I have a history with that one, Jarron. You know that. Everyone knows it.
I've showed this to multiple people, and they can't handle it. Mostly past the first episode, if anything.
Me, one of them.
So like, I can't even explain like beach ball size, like
not even
in depth.
Not even beach ball. We're talking about like borderline weather balloon sized here.
It's beautiful. It's so beautiful.
It doesn't. See, it's not conceivable.
It doesn't have to be conceivable. It's anime. Nothing in anime is conceivable.
This is true, but there's only so much.
No, they can always do more.
What, like breast milk giving you the power of iron?
Yes, exactly. They go above and beyond, and they don't disappoint. But Icon's your kind of run of the mill. I don't even know if I want to say run of the mill. It's main shitty character joins a weird club and he gets dragged along with their shenanigans, except the girl that he ends up falling in love with, who's also in the club, is the fucking tittiest of them all.
Yeah.
And then the leader of the club is the second tittiest of them all, but she's just like, she's literally fucking practically raping this kid every goddamn day. Like, anytime she needs to get his attention, she's either fucking sitting on him or like shoving him like damn near under her shirt. Like, she's like just fucking horking giant chocolate bananas just to fucking
just mess with them.
Just to fucking mess with them. And it was like, oh my god. And by the way, they're big enough to blow in the wind. And
that makes no sense whatsoever.
Makes me so fucking happy. It's so funny.
That's a lot of wind.
That's a lot of wind. But it's so good. But yeah, that's I can see. If you're looking for just completely outrageous amounts of ecchi, there's no nudity. The other two had nudity. Not like genital nudity, but like
just titties,
titty nudity and
like
booty,
nipples
and booty. But Icon had no nudity, but damn near. But you go to Icon for the ridiculousness of the proportions of these girls.
This is true. That's the niche market they're looking at.
Yeah. I don't know how niche it is, but
I don't know.
A lot of people like big ass titties.
Thank God it's not too much. Thank God it's a niche thing.
I think the whole world should follow this creed.
I don't think so.
I think so. I think so. I think everyone would be happy.
It's too powerful, Jarron.
It's not.
It's too powerful.
There's not enough power. Behold, unlimited power,
and just flying titties in the wind.
Unleash the gate of Boobyline.
Oh my god, no.
All right, but that's my ecchi list. I'm honestly curious to see yours.
Right. Okay. Well, first and last, I don't know if you know this. I kind of funny story about this one. I accidentally found it because I was bored one day, and I guess I couldn't find anything to watch of that current season, so I ran into this one. Fight Ipatsu Juden-chan.
Oh, I remember that. That one was a fun one. They got real sad at the end.
Yeah, it did. Like, like, it was the reason why I didn't put this into a comedy. It was a lot of it was kind of funny, and there's also a lot of like kind of heavy drama stuff.
It really comes out of nowhere. Like you go on.
But a lot of the retaining aspects about it was it's ecchi.
Yeah.
Because like for some reason the main heroine ended up like getting somehow pleasuring herself midway through a mission or something. Because here's a basic story. Story is that you got a main character here that lives off of a different dimension where she's part of the dimension. Well, see, okay, let me back it up.
Yeah.
In the context of this world, the world is based off of some sort of voltage, and that determines like someone's happiness and like evil in the world.
Well, no, it's just their general energy level.
Yeah, it's
their
like
literal energy level.
Yeah, and the main heroine, what she does in this dimension is she's from a different world that helps revitalize people's energy or voltage through just literally plugging a giant like plug into people and making them happier. And that's essentially her mission, and also like the organization that she works for and all that.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. She's like, again, she's like from a different dimension, so normal people can't see her except the main character because of reasons never really explained. And it's pretty interesting. It's like a short series, 12 episodes, I think, and it's a pretty fun watch. You know, it's the main heroine she's very quirky, kind of bubbly, and it's kind of a klutz about her job.
Right.
But she's also like one of the most like heartfelt ones. So like she'll.
Well, I don't know if she's the most. I'd say the purple-haired one was the most heartfelt.
Oh, she was the more like bookworm type. Like she was like strictly by the rule kind of thing.
Well, yeah, but like
she had her heart. Like the main heroine had her heart into it. Had her heart in her job and all that.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about the romantic part.
Oh, the romantic part. Oh, but yeah, definitely, yeah. She was also the more
busty.
Well, not just busty, but she was also very she explored her sexuality pretty well in her dress, and also the way she was also kind of a closeted pervert, wasn't she?
Mm-hmm.
So. Yeah, definitely something you should watch.
I should watch that again.
It's a pretty fun watch. This is just sort of a weird segue. I definitely love the ending to it. It's just kind of like very poppy and kind of just like it's good like running music.
I don't remember it.
I'll play it for you later on after this. But that's Fight Ipatsu Juden-chan. So definitely watch it. I think it is definitely on Crunchyroll. I remember like passing by it a couple of times.
I don't know if the Crunchyroll has the censored version because there is nudity in that one.
There is. I mean,
it's not gratuitous like mine but like
it's still titty. It's still like nipples and all that. I think it might be the uncensored version. Okay. Because it could be.
Censored, uncensored, or nothing.
Yeah, true. Because I mean, Crunchyroll does a good job, like of freezing and all that.
Fuck, I forgot about freezing.
Next on the list here, this is one of my favorites to be honest, because I essentially like every character. It's To Love Ru, like all the seasons of To Love Ru. Now this is more so on the ridiculous side of the ecchi spectrum, just because the main character has a, lack of a better word, talent for getting into unforeseen ecchi circumstances where he's essentially when he simply trips, he's already nosedive into their like personal space, whether it's in their skirt and or essentially groping them halfway through.
I want to like To Love Ru very much. I want to like it with all my heart.
Is it because the harem aspect?
I can't. The harem's too big. It's too big.
It's never. No harem is too big,
He's
Jarron.
such a fucker.
No, see, that's exactly why he's not, because he can't choose. Because he
can choose. He just got it, literally.
No, he's got the same epiphany.
No, you're getting me riled up. No,
he's got the same epiphany, Jarron. Like you said before, can he really love all of them the same way as one person?
I don't think he can.
I honestly think he can. And so
not the way he be acting like, oh no, whoa, I fell for the 1000th time. I fucking fell in your goddamn cunt. Like, Jesus. You there's a level of use to you should be at right now.
All right, so bit of a backstory for those who don't know. To Love Ru is essentially the basic synopsis of this is you get a main character that gets into a run-in with an alien character that essentially she falls in love with him
because he saw her naked
apparently. And she ends up living with him due to some unforeseen circumstances. Bullshit. And then the rest of the series is him getting to know other girls. He also does have someone he does like.
Yeah.
But then he's presented the opportunity to become the king of her home planet, and there's no rules about harems.
Yeah. And it's actually encouraged.
Yeah, it's actually really encouraged. So as there's like, what is it? There's To Love Ru, To Love Ru, To Love Ru Darkness, To Love Ru Dark. There's like 4 seasons of To Love Ru, and I'll just say this is one of the most beautifully
very well done
animated ecchis I've seen in a long time.
No ridiculous physical proportions here though.
No,
it's just like very very normal.
Very pretty. It's a very pretty, like normal in terms of proportions, but pretty as in quality.
Yeah,
quality wise. Not so much like the first season, because the first season was it's like really older.
Yeah.
The first 2 seasons were kind of really at its older. It is an older series, like in mid 2000s, maybe late 2000s kind of thing. But it's something I highly recommend because this is one of the few animes where I actually love every character, including all the heroines that's part of.
2008 is when the first season came out.
All right, so yeah, 2008, not too bad. But like I said, this is like one of the few animes that I love every character, like few harem animes that I love every harem candidate. In this case, and
too fucking many.
It's. I mean, it's essentially like half his school at that point.
It's like his entire classroom is just filled with girls and his one pervy best friend that's jealous. And like that's it.
You know what? I think maybe you're the jealous best friend.
You fucking wrong. I can guarantee you that. Don't get me wrong. I like my harem animes.
Is there a limit to that?
But there's a limit to how many people should be in your fucking harem.
Maybe this harem is like my icon. There's a limit to each one.
Maybe that's the thing. I've hit my limit for that.
You've hit your limit. Well, I definitely recommend this one. I believe don't quote me on this. It could be on Crunchyroll. I can't remember if it is.
I don't remember.
But you could. But definitely recommend watching all the seasons because I think the latest season was around maybe a couple years ago. So I honestly don't know if they're planning to do more. I wouldn't be too surprised, but I'd be kind of I would be surprised if they kept going because I actually didn't expect Darkness and Darkness Second and all that because I think the manga's still going, isn't it?
Yes.
So they could be more. It could just be more work for them. So, but yeah, definitely check it out. To Love Ru, just all of To Love Ru. And then my last and final ecchi on here is B Gotta HK.
Hey.
Bringing out an old kind of like diamond in the rough when it comes to ecchi.
Oh, that was a really good one.
Now, even though this is like way back, maybe a couple years ago. Now, the premise here is really basic, really simple. Main character here is a high school student, and her one goal her one goal for her high school debut, or before was it for her high school debut or before end of high school?
Was before the end of high school.
So when she debuted in high school, her one goal before she ended high school was to have 100 sex partners.
Yep.
That was her only goal, and this entire series, because she's a virgin, so
yeah. And
this entire series revolves around her just getting her first one, and it's just a kind of a fun watch because she obviously doesn't know how to,
right?
You know,
she goes after what she thinks is the easiest target is just a super plain ass looking dude.
Yeah,
like the constant joke for that is that he looks like a background character.
Yeah, exactly. Ironically, but he's also the main character. He's also the main hero in this case.
But it's a delightful one because she has this like little
What?
I forgot about that one. No. Go on.
Okay. But she has like a little bit of kind of a conscience in a way.
Yeah.
Like a little like a
little god with a mustache. It looks like a little chibi of her, but has a mustache.
It's like a sex god advisor for herself. and it's fun to see trying to get her I guess in tune with her sexuality and all that, and just trying to find ways to get in bed with this guy.
Yeah.
And it surprisingly evolves into a charming relationship. So I highly recommend this for it's ecchi in a sense where it's, the topic here is sex. Yeah. So
they try.
They try numerous times, but it's definitely something to like just sit down and just watch. By the way, in any of these ecchi animes, we recommend you watching by yourself in a locked room without any public eye.
Yeah.
We don't want any.
You got an HK you might be able to get away with because the sex scenes aren't like the sexual stuff isn't like constant like all the other ones.
True. This one you may
maybe
be
even Fighty Patsu. I haven't seen it in a while, so I don't remember.
Maybe just for safety reasons, any ecchi by yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
If possible, when possible.
Just to go back to the romance section real quick, because I just remembered, because we got a HK, I just remembered an anime that I absolutely loved. It's a romance anime. Fucking adored it to fucking heaven and back.
Which was one?
It's what's the English title? 30-year-old's health and physical education.
Oh yeah!
Oh my god, did I love that so much?
I remember that. I'll put it up there. I'll put it up there,
okay.
Part of the list.
I'm gonna do a quick explanation and why I loved it. It's about this 30-year-old dude and this 30-year-old woman. They don't know each other yet, but they essentially try to get together. And the reason why they try to get together is because they have. This is why it reminded me of it. They have these personal sex gods that are essentially following them around, trying to make them get together. She has her set and he has his set.
Essentially, they're helping them get laid.
They're helping them get laid. And the reason why I love it not only is because I think they're both virgins that don't know how to do anything,
mm-hmm.
but the relationship that develops between the gods and them. It's like it fucking touched my heart.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
it's
my god.
It's like a best bro or like the best like sister.
Best
right there.
bro, best sisters. Like, oh my fucking god. I need to watch that again.
Like they'd be like wingman of the year.
Oh yeah.
Like both of them.
I mean, that's their job, but
wingman, wing girl.
The elder sect, because they came down in brother and sister pairs.
Oh, yeah.
The gods. The elder brother god was so fucking cool. He was like, all right, I have to do my job. You're gonna get laid. You're gonna fuck me if you have to.
What the fuck?
And he like made a black hole in his ass to suck him.
Oh my god, I remember that.
But it's good. But moving on.
Stepping away from all the romance and all the ecchi, some good old action.
Good old action.
Good old action here, and I'll kick things up. I'll kick things off with a good old classic that everyone should know, but if you haven't watched it yet, you definitely should, especially since the third season is right around the corner. Right around the corner. We don't know yet when, but it's right around there. Code Geass. All of it. All of Code Geass. All season 2. Even how
fucking lit as shit.
Even the Akito movies. I definitely recommend it. I mean, minus a few points for the CG robots, but still great story. Quick synopsis for all this. You have this post-dystopian kind of like it's not dystopian, but it's like a new world order kind of thing where you have Britannia as the main superpower in this, and Japan it centers around the story how Japan was conquered by Britannia and is now just literally just an area of the world.
Yeah. And
the whole story revolves around this one student that comes in contact with an ability that sparks a long-term revolution within the country and also the rest of the world. Without spoiling too much,
it's convoluted as fuck.
There's mecha robot fights. There's like intense cultist movements. There's some heartbreak. Like
a lot of heartbreak.
Characters. There are character lifespans are very short in this series, and you get attached to some of them real quick, and for good reason too. But I highly recommend this series. There's 2 seasons so far. The third season was recently announced. So there was a trailer for it back last year. So it's supposed to be like this year in 2018, but nothing else has come out when it comes to announcements because it's supposed to celebrate a 10-year anniversary 10-year anniversary of the series. So I mean, before that third season comes out, you can binge watch all of Code Geass.
I'm actually
honestly.
pretty sure both seasons are really fucking long.
They are, even the movies too. Movies are about an hour long as well, because each season is 20 some episodes each.
Aren't they more?
Are they more? No, I can't be.
I'm pretty sure they're more than just 20.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because like I remember like I sat down and tried to watch all of the first Code Geass. I'm like, God fucking damn. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm fucking.
And maybe they combine. Maybe you were trying to watch a combined list of both seasons.
All right, so the first season was Code Geass hanging Lucia of the Rebellion, right?
Yep.
Okay, that was 25. You're right.
All right. So I mean, each one should be like roughly 25 episodes. Plus, the Akito movies are also pretty good too. The Akito movies are essentially like a side story that takes place in the middle of season 2. It has different characters and all that, but still has the similar concept, except it takes place in the European front rather than the Japanese front. Yeah. So it's a cool kind of like side story of the same war effort. And coming from both ends too, like both the Britannian and also a European rebellion as well. So it's pretty cool. Definitely some great to watch. Now, so the next two are actually sort of related because they're in the same world, but both definitely have different stories when it comes.
What?
I'll explain. So both of the next two are actually essentially in the same world, but they both have different stories that they center around. Okay. That's why I have them as separate ones.
I think I know what you're gonna. Yeah.
You may know.
Yeah.
Now the second one on my list here is Toaru Majutsu no Index.
Yep.
Now, there are two seasons for this. Third season was just recently confirmed and will be out this fall as a fall really? Series anime. So it's gonna continue off that story from God knows how many years ago because they just started that series. So basic synopsis, basic plot of the story is you have your main character here. Set in a world where people are born with abilities, similar to like My Hero Academia, except this is more so just like
more magical,
very magical. It's based on it's not so much magic, but it's more of just a gift in a sense, because it revolves.
They call it magic.
Like some of it is magic, but because some of it is science. Because the way...
Oh, right, because there was that weird division between there's the science people and there's the magic people.
Exactly, because it all centers around this city called Academy City, which is like 15 different schools in one city, and it's supposed to be a ground for raising students that have these abilities, and essentially kind of like harnessing and just developing their powers and all that. And the main character is level 0 because every student in the city is categorized by a level. It's either from level 0, which is either very little to no powers, to level 5, which only exists 5 or 7. No, 5. 5 level.
I don't remember. I
they're
didn't
only
watch them.
They're only 5 level 5s, and it's all determined by like use or what power it is, how usable it is, and how powerful it is. Like in any situation. And the main character, he's a level 0, but only because like he doesn't actually have any kind of external power, but he has I guess essentially a cursed right hand, where it'll block out anything, any kind of ability, even the graces of God, apparently. Because apparently he has the worst of luck, and he'll always get into bad situations because of his right hand. And Index, he eventually does meet a nun, which is part of the magical society that Jarron talked about, named Index, and she's important because she's because of her name. She's named Index because she's supposed to be a archive of a lot of magic spells and all that, and a lot of organizations are after her. And throughout both seasons, it's just sort of a kind of a back and forth between trying to figure out what's going on, how to keep Index from these people, and also at the same time trying to figure out the mystery of Academy City and all that, because there's some underground organization that's either part of that's sort of with the magical society, but as well as infiltrating the science part of Academy City. and that's that. It's a lot of. I can't. There's only so much I can say because Index has a really deep lore.
Yeah, from what I remember you tried to explain it to me, and it was like I got so fucking lost. Like it's just there's so much to it because again, there's the two different factions, and they're at war in some way, but they're working together in others, and it's just like I don't know what the fuck's happening.
And apparently, some side characters are part of the faction that they're in incognito or just undercover and all that. It's really interesting. It's very it's story heavy and also kind of dialogue heavy. So, but if you're really into like kind of deep rooted stories and all that, I would definitely recommend it. Third season is coming out, so you have time to binge watch both seasons, and with the movie as well that it came out like sometime ago, I think 2010 or something, relatively recent. But definitely something to watch, especially with season 3 coming out. I'm hella excited because the second season, even the movie, ended off at just me wanting more of the story. So I'm hella excited for this. And the next series I want to talk about is the reason why I said it's connected, because it's essentially a side story to Index. It's called what is it?
Same title, but instead of Index, Railgun.
Yeah, it's like Tuaru Rakagu there was a mixture. There was a different word, like no. Essentially, I call it no Railgun.
Oh, okay.
And this centers around one of the heroines from the main series, Index. And the reason why I have this as the third when it comes to action is because this actually goes, this delves in more towards the science part, really more towards Academy City and its secrets rather than like the whole magical society thing. I found it interesting because I really did want to learn more about the city, the powers, how levels worked. Because essentially, this is the entire story of Railgun is her trying to figure out, sort of like a bunch of murders that relates to her clones.
Yeah.
And
it gets real convoluted real quick.
And it also explores all the level 5s of the city, and also trying to explore the mystery behind a secret project that involves trying to get one of the level 5s into a level 6 ability user.
But like those fucking level 5s are ridiculous.
No, for real. The number 1 level 5, his name is Accelerator, and so everyone has different powers. His power essentially is to control vector waves, which is essentially physics.
Yeah, it's so fucking dumb. Like he can like you think like, oh, he can vectors, he can control fucking directions. Well, like, yeah, he can control the direction of anything. I don't know. I think it has to be in motion though. It can't be if it's stationary. He can't move it.
He controls all physics. Like he can actually block off sound waves if you think it's too noisy.
Right.
Like it's that detailed. His powers that detailed.
I actually remember he was gonna destroy Academy City. I think just because he learned that he could. Yeah. Like he was just fucking gathering plasma in the sky and it was gonna drop it on the city, and it was like, oh fucking okay, he can just do that. Apparently,
because he can change like molecular directions and make plasma out of fucking thin air.
It's fucking dumb. And then there's others like I only know of 3 of them. There's the other one that can I think he can create anything, or he can something like that.
I can't remember. I
only live on through anything he creates. So if you want to kill him, you have to make sure every single bit of whatever he created is gone. So if he makes a fucking fingernail, like if he creates a fucking speck and drops it, and you kill the main body, he'll fucking revive from the speck. And then there's this other fucker that I don't know if he was a level 5. But because they couldn't really determine how strong he actually was, but he had the power of determination, where he was as strong as he wanted to be.
I don't think that's level 5.
Remember that guy?
It's been so long. I gotta.
Because that fucker just did anything he wanted.
I mean, he might have been a level 4, but borderline level 5.
Because they never showed him get defeated.
Okay, I gotta rewatch it because that sounds interesting. I don't remember him.
You don't remember him? He was like.
I only remember I mean, I'll be honest. I only remember like two of them were the girls. The main character, the main character in Railgun is one of the level 5s.
Mm-hmm.
She's number 3. She's the third level 5 in the
okay.
series, and her thing is electricity, but more so her railgun, hence the name Railgun, is that she has a signature move where she takes a coin, and she can just charge up all. She can pretty much concentrate all the electrical energy into the coin, and is essentially a giant railgun bullet that can. That's level 5 worthy apparently.
Yeah, fuck shit up if you even know comprehend what a railgun could do.
Exactly,
It's
that's
fucking stupid.
It's devastating. And the one below her, the fourth level 5, she's plasma rays. So essentially, she's the same thing as like her. The only difference is the only reason why she's lower than her is because she doesn't have like an ultimate move like the railgun.
Okay.
But she can like she has like she can like create like plasma beams. And out of will, so that's her thing. So she can just cage you in and just incinerate you with plasma beams.
That's fucking just fucking cray. Like they're so fucking OP. Like when you go thinking like, oh, well, who's the strongest characters in anime? You go to Railgun and like, oh, some of these fuckers.
Yeah, exactly. But it's really interesting, and it's like the Railgun really also kind of delves into the leveling system. Like apparently, like the really the very minute limitations that someone has with their abilities can really determine whether they're a level 5 or 4. Like there's this one girl, she has the ability of what is it? Teleportation. And she's a level 4, but she could be a level 5 only because of one reason. Her teleporting the reason why she's level 4 and highly acclaimed level 4 is because her teleportation ability is if she can look at an object and see it, she can teleport an object anywhere she wants. And the only reason why she's not level 5 is because she can't teleport herself. Because of a recent accident where she accidentally teleported herself one time, she miscalculated and teleported herself in the middle of a wall, and that caused a lot of pain and trauma for her. So whenever she tries to teleport herself, she gets nauseous and just can't. But she can teleport anything by just looking at something. Whereas like one level 4 character, she has the same ability of teleportation, except she has to be the only reason why she's stuck at a level 4 because she has to have physical contact with such object.
Right.
So that's her only limitation. That's why she's stuck as level 4, because she has to be in physical contact with it.
So, I mean...
It's really cool. There's a lot of like cool different powers and abilities to explore, and more convoluted abilities when you go higher levels and shit like that.
Well, that's one of my favorite things in anime. They always take a concept and then just spin it around. Like, it's fucking cool.
True. Just amp it up.
Right. It's fucking great. But,
What do you got, Jarron, for action?
My action, well... Alright, so I've fucking sucked Gurren Lagann's dick all fucking forever. So I'm not actually putting that on my list because you already know it's my top.
Right.
So it wouldn't be fair. But outside of Gurren Lagann, my top 3, my first being is Soul Eater.
Oh, okay.
Like Soul Eater was just one of the most fun anime to watch just because of how well the fight scenes were animated. Like, oh my god, like they didn't miss a detail. Like there's animes where they'll do like those jump cuts, like, oh, they didn't, they're doing attacks because they're, the way they do their quote unquote camera work. But fucking Soul Eater says no, fuck you. We're just literally everything you're seeing it.
Just every frame,
every single fucking frame, and I love that about that anime. Outside of just general fucking grim aesthetic, I also just love it for that. But basic premise of Soul Eater is so imagine regular world, except there's demons, witches, monsters, and a bunch of bullshit. But the people that go and deal with those kind of things are called Reapers. And there's an academy that trains Reapers to fight these, all the witches and shit, because I think witches are like just below demons in danger level. But they're way more prevalent than demons, and I don't think there were any demons in the actual anime. Maybe there were in the manga, but whatever. But essentially, you follow this girl named Mocha who uses a traditional scythe to hunt monsters and shit, and at first it's about they need to get 100 monster souls and then eat one witch soul to become a death scythe, quote unquote scythe. It could be like, punchy fists and they'll call it a death scythe, but it's just essentially it becomes a weapon that Death himself could use because he's the principal of the academy that trains them. And it's just kind of learning about this weird ass world, as well as like just following these kids as they become stronger, because like some of them are just like, the concept behind them are just so cool. So there's Mocha, who's the main girl. She uses her scythe. Oh, by the way, every weapon is also a person. Like, they're some weird soul wavelength bullshit about whatever, but there's the human and then there's the weapon, and the weapon person can range from, like I said, the main guy, his name is Soul Eater, like literal that.
That's the title of the anime.
That's the title of the anime. But his weapon form is a scythe. There's another guy named Black Star. He's not a weapon, but his name is Sumaki. She is a range of ninja tools. So you can just become like kunai, a giant kunai, or katana, or a ninja sword, or the chain and sickle. She can become a whole bunch of shit. And then there's another one named this is the Son of Death, who uses two pistols named the Thomas Sisters, and they become pistols. And it's just, maybe I'm not hyping up the way I should because I'm tired, but it's really good. The world is zany, and after you get past I'm learning about the world, I'm learning about the characters, their teachers, some of their backstories, you start getting into the shit where you start get introduced to more witches and all their fucking real fucked up plans of like, here's my child, I'm gonna raise them to be the ultimate weapon and deprive them of all fucking joys in life and inject them with this black blood that's effectively eating them from the inside out. And it's weird, but I fucking love the witches because they're so fucking cool. like I don't know. It's just a really unique anime in the way it portrays its world, because it's just fucking zany. But that's my first action one. My next one is around pick up girls in a dungeon.
Oh, okay.
And it's a pretty standard. I don't know if I want to say standard anime.
So, how standard are we talking about here?
I don't
like I guess like not fantasy,
it's not,
like kind of standard fantasy.
It's standard fantasy kind of anime, but their action scenes, particularly one when the main character nuts up or shuts up, and like I probably watched it like 20 times. It was so fucking good. Now that in itself was enough to skyrocket it onto this list, because I didn't take this lightly. I had to really think about it, even though I'm sleep deprived and we didn't prepare as much as we should have.
Yeah.
But regardless of that fact, basic story of Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon is. Do I have to explain the world too?
It's not too much of a complicated world.
All right, you're right. All right, so it's a fantasy world. There's this big ass tower in the middle of this town, where these different adventuring guilds led by different gods send out adventurers to go explore the cave and pull out, money, like different, monster like soul gems that they can turn into money, or just materials to turn into weapons, so that heroes can be better and get further down the tower. All the gods came from the top of the tower, and they just decided to come down because they were fucking bored. That's literally the whole thing. They were bored and wanted to fuck with the humans. You follow this character named Bell, who's the only person in his guild at the beginning. And it's kind of just like this like underdog kind of story as he slowly becomes stronger and stronger and starts affiliating with all the other guilds and stuff. And it's just a really good watch. Pretty good waifus in it. Mm. You got your lolly bait. You got your short. I don't like the term opai lolly. I like the term short stack.
Short stack. That's actually really good. I was gonna go with like Lily Big Boob, but
Yeah, short stack's better.
Short stack.
Because it's a regular girl but condensed.
Yeah.
And then there's a difference.
And then she's stacked with a very
exactly.
voluptuous chest.
Then there's you got your C.R.E.A.D, you got your Amazoni, you got your fucking you got a good cast of waifus in it, but your main focus is Belle because he's a fucking cutie. He's a fucking I love this kid so much. He's not on my later list, which we'll get to, but he's one of the best boys.
He's inspirational.
He's really inspirational. Like I love him so much. But again, the scene where he nuts up and shuts up. Well, really, all the scenes they're really good because they're also some of the the fleshed out. We're not just gonna do camera cuts. You're gonna fucking watch the fight, kind of deals. They also have a spinoff where the best swordswoman in this other guild that he's affiliated with, also the girl that he loves, she's the main character, and it kind of tells this second story that's going on while his story's going on kind of in the later half, but it's more about her, but it's all around very good action, real cute fucking characters, love it so much. Very interesting world, by the way, because again, you have the gods, they're physically there, like they're the leaders of the guild, like they're always present and doing something. Like for example, Belle's goddess name is Hestia, and she's head over heels for Belle for same reasons I am.
I mean she's the goddess of what is it, family, or is it
Hestia?
Well,
they're all
like the actual
after
goddess,
the Roman gods, I think.
Yeah, she's like the goddess of like fertility or family.
I forgot.
So it kind of like blends in with her personality in a sense.
Yeah, but yeah, it essentially blends in with her personality, but it's fucking adorable. And my last one is where'd it go? It wasn't Queen's Blade. No, it wasn't. Oh, all right. So this is a really old anime. This was back in my Toonami days that I found it.
Okay.
It's called The Guardian of the Sacred Spirit, or Guardian of the Sacred Spirit Morbitio, and
it was on Toonami.
It was on Toonami back in the day, and this is another good example of there's a fight, you're gonna fucking watch every fucking swing, but this one was a little different. Like it wasn't just like fantastical, we have magic, we have all these cool all this bullshit that we can do. No, it was like it's a fucking I'm this badass woman, here's my fucking spear, and I'm fucking Jackie Chan in this bitch all over your fucking asshole. Like it was every fucking swing of that fucking spear, every spin around it, every fucking thrust, everything about every single fight was just so fucking well choreographed. I wanted to fucking shove my dick in the scene, but I can't. It was just so fucking good. But premise of that anime is this mercenary woman wanders the countryside, obviously looking for work. She comes across this boy who I believe is the prince of the current empire, but because of a coup, his parents sent him away to be transferred somewhere because he's the guardian of some sacred spirit. But something goes wrong, and the person that was trying to take care of him, I think, was dying or couldn't continue to look after him. So he paid her to take him somewhere, and you just kind of watch as this spoiled little brat is partially raised by this battle-hardened mercenary woman as they just travel around the continent, as he kind of teaches her humility while she teaches him how to not be a fuck. And it's great. Also, beautiful action scenes. Also, just the anime in general, it's one of those I guess I don't want to say rare occurrences, but it's a really old anime, but it was like almost what's it called? Like Garden of Sinners beautiful.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
Like it's like it was.
I mean, it looks
gorgeous.
pretty good too. It holds up.
It's so beautiful.
Because like,
oh my god,
I don't know what year that is, but it looks pretty like dated, but it definitely looks really good.
Like I said, this was it didn't, I don't know if it premiered on Toonami. Obviously, it didn't premiere on Toonami, but it was fucking up there. Like, I that's another one I want to really want to watch again because it was so good. I mean, the ending got a little weird, but just like anytime she had to fight another human, oh my god, it was so like she was just so good. it was impossible. But yeah, I fucking love it. All right, what we got next in our creed here? That was action. We got
last one is drama. Your favorite, Jarron.
Oh,
your
let's go back to Ecchi.
Start things off, Jarron. What you got? What you got for us?
All right, well,
your least favorite genre.
No, okay, yes, my least favorite drama because I became a little bitch and I can't fucking hold back my tears. But
that's good. That's good. You've come to touch with your inner self.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Sure. I call it little bitch syndrome. But besides the fact, one of my favorites, which is a recent one, was Violet Evergarden.
Oh yes.
Like, not only was it visually stunning, the score is gorgeous, but like okay. I never expected to cry this much in a very long time.
In one series.
Like, all right, so the first half of the show is like, it's good. It's a good drama. You got what you're going with. Or maybe the first part wasn't really that dramatic, but it was like
you're getting there. Like take an ease in.
They fucked you over. They made you fucking fall in love with this girl. And then you just throw her ass through the ringer. Like, you put her in so many fucking situations that are just hard to deal with. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, episode 11, Jomel? It wasn't even part of the main plot.
It wasn't.
And I fucking bawled like a baby. Like, it had nothing to do with the main plot. It was just some shit that she does. So, basic premise of the anime, if you haven't watched it, Violet Evergarden is just her name. We don't really know what her origin was because that wasn't really explained.
Yeah.
But when she was found by these soldier types, and they were going to use her for war because she was like super deadly.
Yeah, she's an efficient like war like a soldier.
Killer.
Yeah, that's essentially she's a really efficient killer.
Yeah, and they train her to become a soldier because she didn't have anything else apparently, and she becomes this fucking Terminator ass little girl. Fucking flying around, not literally flying around the battlefield, but fucking whisking her ass through the battlefield, just fucking people up. Like, it's stupid.
Right.
And it kind of takes place like a
World War II-ish
like
kind
a World War II-ish kind of deal.
Yeah, very. It's
very
old,
grounded.
Very an old era.
Yeah,
older era.
The only ungrounded part was the fact that. Well, let me get into that. So. The person that wanted her to be more human instead of just kind of like this robotic killer, he died in front of her, kind of, because he was trying to save her and get her out of there. But she was like, no, I won't have any existence without you, blah, 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 blah. He was like, no, you gotta live. That's my final order. She's like, man. And she loses her arms in the process. But through some weird World War II bullshit something, she has silver arms now.
Silver mechanical arms.
And they work perfectly. But, whatever. But she's essentially the beginning of it is essentially her trying to adjust from being this soldier to her new job as a letter writer, specifically like love letter writer. And because she's super cold and calculated, her letters always come out as cold and calculated and blunt, in which love letters typically aren't. Mm-hmm. So she doesn't do great, but you get to grow with her through that. But then the second half of the fucking anime starts, and you're like, oh, hey, by the way, you know all that other shit that was happening? Fucking cry about it, bitch. And then it just fucking throws your ass under the bus.
for a bit of an explanation, the whole series doesn't have a linear story plot. At least most of it. A lot of it is episodic.
Yeah.
Because a lot of it has situations where Violet is taking on different kind of like letter assignments. She goes to different places around the world, and that's when you bawl your eyes out in different episodes and different scenes. Because I mean, again, Jarron, I'll be frank. I may be a fucking monster, but I didn't cry at any of them. But I felt it.
Like I said, I have little bitch syndrome. It's fucking rampant. I can't hold back the tears. It's impossible. It's fucking C.R.E.A.D all over again. God.
This is one of the most beautifully done animes I've ever seen.
I want to say the most beautiful anime ever done.
Like this is done by Kyoani, one of the big dogs up there, and the only people that can top Kyoani at this point is themselves.
Yeah.
Because like this is like movie quality animation.
Oh yeah. For fucking what was it? 24 episodes.
Yeah, something like that, and like no.
Was it 12 or was it?
No,
24?
it was like 12.
Oh, okay. Well.
Yeah, it was very short, or 13, I think.
Yeah. But,
and amazingly done with KyoAni's smallest team apparently ever done.
Well, it was their smallest team, but their largest budget because Netflix funded them.
Yeah, exactly. Largest budget, but still, even if you have a lot of money, you still have a small amount of people doing all those frames.
Oh my god!
Like
how?
Like the only thing they resorted to CG was the typewriters. That was the only thing. Everything else was just frame by frame.
I honestly want to know how you do that because they do a lot of like cuts where they're like swirling around like scenery. Like, how do you do that? How do you draw that
without CG?
Without CG, like what the fuck? But they did it. It was fucking beautiful. Definitely, hands down, my favorite. Maybe not necessarily for animation wise, but for as an art aspect.
Definitely really, really beautiful. I mean, the reason why it was so beautiful because the director wanted to keep the aesthetic from the light novel art. So it's really accurate to the light novel art, except 10 times even more beautiful because it's all animated.
Right, exactly. Like there was no. You know how anime usually takes those animation shortcuts where either they'll like like the character will stop moving, but their mouth will keep going, or like they're in a scene where again essentially there's a lot of the character standing still and shit's happening, but there was no noticeable
like stops.
It was just something was flowing, some part of their body was moving as they talked or something, and it was great. What
I want to know is I want to see what the Blu-ray looks like, because the as everyone knows, the Blu-rays of any anime is always the most retouched up as they can be, and
it's just fucking diamonds. It's just fucking diamonds assaulting your eyes.
Exactly. It's like it's that shiny and beautiful. You might as well just cry out tears of diamonds.
It's just such a beautiful anime, and the reason why I choose it for my drama is because it made me cry like a little bitch.
Now you can watch Violet Evergarden only on Netflix because Netflix did help provide the funding for it, so it's exclusively only on Netflix. But if you're like me and you have a Netflix account, definitely binge watch it. Great watch.
Fucking shove that right up your ass
and cry about it.
Exactly. My next one is Madoka Magica.
Oh.
Now, the reason why I put this on my list is because not only was it my first magical girl anime, well, first like traditional. Oh,
Sailor Moon was also traditional.
All right,
very traditional.
Fair enough. All right, Sailor Moon was my first traditional magical girl anime, but this was my first magical girl anime since then. And I didn't know what to expect at the beginning because it was like,
nobody does.
It was so cute. It was like, oh my god, it's like, oh, this art style is great. I love the watercolor kind of deal. I love that the monsters are these weird like paper mache ass.
It's very loopy, right?
Loopy, weird shit. But it was like, all right, I'm into this. This is beautiful. This is pretty. I'm behind it. The magic girl idea is interesting. Q-base, cute. And then fucking episode 3 happened. I'm like,
for those of you who have watched Madoka Magica, you know what we're talking about.
And then we're like, wait a second. Are we done? Is that it? Is that all? Is that okay? All right, I fucking guess. All right, then we've just set the tone for the rest of the fucking show, and it was just downhill from there. Like, it was like, all right, yeah, we're up here, we're super cute, and it just fucking drops, and it just continues to spiral downward. Like, all right, please.
Into eternal suffering.
Eternal suffering, and don't even get me started on the fucking movie. Like not the ones that essentially recap the anime, but the newish one where it's like, all right, let's just calm down. Like, cause the movie hit no chill levels that I've rarely seen in other places. Like, I want to spoil the shit out of it, but let me get the basic. Can I get the basic synopsis without spoiling anything?
Maybe everything pre-episode 3. How about that?
All right, so basically
First 2 episodes. Just summarize first 2 episodes.
All right, so basically the main character is this girl named Madoka Megger, whatever her name is. Her name is Madoka, or Maguka, whatever you want to call her. Maguka is like she regular high school girl. She transferred into this new school that looks like some sort of fucking weird glass
Church
art experiment. But she's again, regular high school girl. She makes some friends. She has a run-in with this weird bullshit, and she's saved by this magical girl named Mommy. And Mommy explains to them, like, I'm a magical girl. I help save people from witches. Hey, you should, Cube says you'd make a pretty good magical girl. You should be a magical girl. And Madoka's like, I don't know, but her best friend's like, fuck yeah, put that shit on me. So she becomes a magical girl. Madoka's like, I don't know. I don't think so yet. And
she had the right idea in the beginning.
Let's just say that. And that's as far as I'm gonna go, because I don't.
This is an experience that you have to go through.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched Madoka Magica, like, just prepare for the worst. Maybe.
Yeah.
Prepare for anything that can happen.
Yeah.
At this point.
Also, no. It gets bad, and then time travel. Oh. And then it gets worse.
Yeah, we're going like Steins Gate level of like weirdness.
Yeah. So yeah, there's Madoka Magica, and I had to put this on there because it was one of the best dramas that I've ever seen. I didn't cry. I got angry at it. I got very, 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 very irrationally, not irrationally, very rationally angry. But now at the mention of it, I get irrationally angry.
Yeah, I might know what you're talking about.
I put School Days on this list for one of my favorite dramas.
So you went up and did it.
I had to do it because it's my most memorable drama.
It did its job.
It did exactly what it needed to do. It made me fucking pissed. Like, to this day, I get riled up thinking about what happened in that anime. And, like, I can't spoil it, but I kind of want to because of the way I experienced it.
True, but, I mean, it has to be a pure experience for those who haven't watched it.
It has to be a pure experience, but I'm just going to say, so, the basic plot of it is I don't want to say his name. Main character.
Main character Kun.
Fuck. Kun. Regular high school student, but he falls in love with this girl that he meets on the train, and he wants to get to know her, but he's stupid and doesn't know how to girl. But at some point in time, he became friends with this girl named Seka. I don't know if they knew each other previously.
No, they didn't. She was the one that approached him. It was like new kids in the block kind of situation. Right. Like, hey, want to be friends? And then,
And she offered to help him essentially get with this girl because he had no idea what he was doing. And at first, the first 3 episodes were like, all right, I'm behind this. This seems just like a regular standard, romance anime. I don't know what's gonna happen. And then people, I was bad. I'm gonna say this now. I did this when I was way younger. I watched this on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Back in the good old days.
Back in the good old days. And I watched the first couple episodes. I'm like, all right, I'm into this. I like Kotonoha. She's cute, titty girl. I love it. And then I look into the comments and like, yeah, he fucking deserves what he gets at the end. And like, he's gonna find out. I was like, what the fuck is going on? So I watch a scene from the last episode. I'm like, yo, what? And then I'm like, how do we get here? And then I slowly realized. Slowly but surely. Yeah. You realize how you get there, and it's just like, okay, this is some shit right here. But School Days is similar to Madoka Magica, where it starts off nice and then it just keeps going down the hole, and it doesn't come back ever.
Nope, not at all.
Be prepared for that. But yeah, that's my drama. That's my drama section. My fucking scars.
I'm telling you, Jarron, you gotta play the games
No,
that's based off on.
No.
No. All right.
We can't even talk about the options in the game because that would be spoiling what kind of person he is.
Yeah, this is true. Well, to end off the C.R.E.A.D list here, my drama, the first of my drama series here is an old title called Myself Yourself. I don't know if you know it.
I do. I know the title. I never watched it.
Okay, so this is about as like, it's for lack of a better word, Jarron, it's your kind of like spooky kind of drama, because so Myself Yourself, it's your basic kind of slice of life series where you have this main character that moves back into a town that he moved away from. So he moves back into his hometown.
I watched the first episode. Now okay. I remember.
He moves back into his hometown, gets to reunite with all of his old friends from childhood and stuff like that. And as he goes on throughout his life, he finds out that some of his friends had gone through some trauma, and he's trying to figure out how he can help, and at the same time trying to fight his own trauma that he went through back when he was living in, I think back when he lived in Tokyo or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sort of a it's almost mystery in a sense, because you're sort of solving one of the characters' like crime in a way, and you're also trying to figure out more about the character himself as to why he does things the way he does. So it's an interesting watch if you want something that's kind of down to earth, very simple, very kind of engaging. It's also very engaging because you're trying to figure out bits and pieces of how a certain event happened in the town, and it's a really good series if for like a kind of like a, I mean, it's a drama, obviously. In the drama, it's a really good drama for something so simple as that. It's 12, 13 episodes.
My internet's acting up, so I don't really know.
So 12, 13 episodes. It's a very short series. Definitely a good watch. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it. The reason why I put it on the list, because like it was memorable to me, because it was impactful in a lot of ways, because it really hit like my kind of like my drama nerve, because like it really got me in.
There was a lot of it.
It really got me into what the hell was going on in the town, and why these characters are going through such things, and what's up with the main character. And I can't spoil too much because a lot of the story is spoiler heavy, but it's essentially just having the main character trying to re-find himself by going back to his hometown and helping out the friends that he moved away from years ago after coming back after years ago.
Does he solve all their problems with his penis like in Yoga Sunosura?
No, unfortunately not. Should we put that on the list here?
Yeah, you're right.
Next on the list here is I know you know this one, Duran. Seven Ghost. No, you're shaking your head.
Oh, wait, Seven Ghost. Yeah, I know that one.
It's that Seven Ghost.
You're thinking of 11 Eyes, aren't you?
No. Here, I'll explain it. Yeah. So Seven Ghost is it's a fantasy series where it takes place kind of like an old era kind of situation where the world is sort of the world is sort of has a kind of a magic spiritual kind of deal here, where there's like demons and there's like the main powerhouse would be like the priests and all that.
Yeah.
Now it centers around a character that's part of a kind of like a military academy kind of deal, where they're like they have an ability called Phazon, which is known as the angels, like the angels language, where it's essentially just like it's weird. It's like it's words that they summon that they battle with. They don't say anything, but it's like they summon like kind of like scripts as like magic, and then they use that to battle each other.
Okay.
And then during the way, the main character, he loses his way and finds himself into one of the elite kind of most pristine kind of like churches in the town, which are guarded. Oh yeah, kind of like guarded or run by these highly acclaimed priests. And little do you know that the church that these priests are established with are this church is sort of like a main sanctum for these four like Grim Reaper kind of individuals that are
Say the title again.
Seven Ghosts.
Seven Ghosts.
So this church is guarded by these like I think was it 5 Grim Reaper guardians that established the order. And it's a lot of weird fantasy story aspects to it.
Oh, I remember you told me about this. This is the one I refused to watch because it only had male characters in it.
Yes, it's essentially it's all. There's one female. She's a mermaid.
Yeah, no.
It's really cool. All these different priests have like each of these priests have like a special kind of
all these priests that lead these little boys.
It's one boy. It's the main character.
Oh, so he gets all these priests lead one boy. What does that sound like, people?
Gerard.
Just saying. Just saying. Listen to who it's coming from.
Excuse me. Excuse me. I ain't condoning any of this. I'm protected by the Pope here.
Yeah.
But it's a really good kind of like the reason why I put it in drama because it's very like I mean lack of a better word, very dramatic. There's a lot of like kind of cultists and like corruption kind of fighting back story aspects to it, where the main character has to like fight back the system by having the priest help him find his way and utilizing their power to help him achieve his goal. Essentially,
there's also a lot of angst.
A lot of things. It's an old school kind of edgy kind of anime. So definitely a good one. I started reading the manga years ago. I just couldn't find it again, so I had to reread that and get back into the story because I really liked it.
Get real gay.
Okay. And then last on my drama list here is this is a special one to me because I really liked the characters. Bakuman.
I remember that. I didn't watch it, but I meant to.
So Bakuman, all 3 seasons, highly recommended. Basic premise here. These two main characters, they're both in high school. They both work together to achieve their same goal of being well-known mangakas, so manga artists. That's about as simple as it gets. Yeah. And I gotta tell you, it's one of the most inspirational like series.
From the way you told me about it beforehand, like I felt it. Like it was like it was. I don't. You know, you continue to explain it because I don't. I'm losing myself more and more here.
All right.
That's not your fault. It's just fucking moving shit all day and then waking up at.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying. Bakuman is like it's one of the. It's a really good coming of age story, but also it's a story about really achieving your dream and trying to work for that dream. Because this is one of the most inspirational animes because it's a story about these two guys that literally started from nothing, started from the ground up to the point where they're essentially their success that they're aiming at is essentially at their grasp, and nothing else has been driving them on besides each other, and also the people that's also supported them as well.
Right.
It's also like it's also a really educational take on how manga's made. Like if not a normal documentary, this is about as informative as it gets as to how manga is produced and also how successful mangas thrive and how animes are made because of such things.
Right.
but it's an inspiration because you have the two main characters where one of them is a really talented artist, but he's never really wanted to do anything with it.
Right.
He wanted to be a manga, but he sucks at writing stories.
Wow.
So that was his niche. Whereas other guy, this classmate, which approaches him about it, he is great at writing stories. Like he's got a quirk for just like coming up with like these convoluted stories that have some hook that gets you in it, but he can't draw for shit. So he actually comes and approaches the main character and offers him that if both of them want to work together to become a mangaka team that essentially writes makes manga under one name. And I can't talk about too much story because a lot of this is something you have to experience for yourself. Their growth through all 3 seasons is an experience that you guys have to really take in, because it's a good series to watch characters grow. And I mean, this is also one of the series drawn that actually goes further past their lives after high school. So okay. It starts off in high school and then it goes off into their adult life. Going into their mangaka lives. So if this is very story heavy. A lot of dialogue in a sense where it's a lot of like character involvement, but really good character arcs as well. I mean, hell, it might even inspire you to like achieve, go off and achieve your own goal, your own dream,
right? Because
that's what they did. They both had a passion. They both wanted to do it, and they had each other to help each other out and just keep like egging each other on as to achieving both their success, because they both had a goal they wanted in mind, and then they both just gunned for it from the get go. Even when faced with traumatic failure, they picked themselves back up and started over again. Kept the passion going, kept it going, and all 3 seasons is the entire anime. Like, there's a manga of it, or you can either read the whole manga or watch the anime, because the anime.
But it tells the whole story.
Yep, and the anime tells the entire story.
Okay.
You can't go wrong either way. I recommend the anime just because it's you get to experience the characters a lot more, that way. But love the series, love the characters. That's definitely why I put this out best drama, because it really touched my heart. And I definitely need to like watch it again, because this is coming from a bit of a personal segue here. This is coming from someone who's also started his own business, especially this podcast as well. Starting
right.
Like in a way, Jarron, it's almost like a spiritual connection to what we're doing. Like you've got like the archive, I've got the tech. We both work together. We both are starting up from ground zero to up, and maybe even further. But it just like with Bakuman, if you really like watching characters just gunning for what they want to achieve, and a really good inspirational story, honestly, go ahead and watch it. I don't know if it's on Crunchyroll and all that, but I would definitely go find a.
It's on Crunchyroll.
Is it on Crunchyroll? Okay, so definitely, if you have a Crunchyroll account, definitely go ahead and watch and binge all 3 seasons, because I can't say anything else more but inspirational, really.
I mean, I'm assuming that's just essentially. It's essentially what it totes every single like arc is like keep pushing on. Exactly.
Like you already have something, but you can go further. You can keep going. You can do better.
You can go plus ultra.
Plus ultra. Just drill your way into the sky, into the stars.
Pierce the heavens with your drill.
There you go. In this case, it's a pen.
Yeah. All right. So
that's the C.R.E.A.D list of our animes, top animes per C.R.E.A.D for this C.R.E.A.D genre kind of thing.
But we also want to do a little bit of something special. We've been going on for a little bit, but we do want to fit this in, because I think it'll be fun, and we also want to extend these to you, listeners. So go ahead and on YouTube shoot us a comment about what your top 3, or maybe just
One per each.
One per each. If you don't want
to,
you don't. I mean, fucking put as much as you want.
That's
to be
true.
honest, but at least one for each one. So that we can talk to you. You're also gonna throw this on Facebook and all that stuff, so that you can more conversation or any at all in general.
Exactly. I hope we gave you some series that you haven't heard before that you want to watch. And same thing to us. If you got some series that we haven't watched that we would probably watch ourselves.
Right.
Shit.
Because we're always looking for more shit to add onto the pile.
Exactly. I mean, shit. I mean, there's more every season. Might as well add more.
Right. Fuck it. But so we decided to do. We're gonna do like a top 3 best girls, not including your waifu because
that'd be cheating.
And top three best guys. Mm-hmm. Because we believe in equality here.
Exactly. I'm sure we have some female listeners.
No, we don't.
I like to believe, Jarron.
This is for those gay ones.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
remember, every woman on the internet is a guy.
Yes. Or if not, or a trap.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So you want to kick things off, Jarron, with your three best girls?
All right, I'll start it off. My first girl, who is essentially at the top of this list because she still to this day holds my candidate as the most beautiful anime girl ever fucking drawn.
All right.
Like, I don't know why she's ridiculously fucking pretty, but to this day I've not found anyone prettier.
That's interesting. All right.
She's Erio Towa from Denpa Onna.
Yeah. Oh.
Like, let me. I forgot
what she looks like.
No, I remember. Trust me, I vividly remember what she looks like. And I don't remember what studio that
Shaft.
was from. Was that Shaft?
It was Shaft.
All right, so we've all seen some of Shaft's art, but like, I don't know if they were like, "Hey, KyoAni, come here."
If they just pulled some people from that studio.
Pulled some people from the studio and just said, "We're gonna fucking create the fucking ultimate beauty." I'm like, you did it. I fucking can't. Like, everything about like her fucking beautiful fucking aqua blue ass hair, her fucking big aqua blue eyes, her fucking cute little lips, fucking literally everything about.
All right, Jarron, your weeb is showing.
Yeah, my weeb is showing. She's fucking perfect.
No, I have to agree with you. I completely forgot about her, but no, you're definitely
like,
fucking right.
I can't fucking do it. She's also a little fucking weirdo cutie. And that's another thing. She, for the majority of her anime, well, the whole point of it was that the main character is this kid that's moving into this new town because he's going to school there for whatever reason, and he's living with his aunt and his cousin. His aunt's also a weirdo, but his cousin takes the cake because she thinks she's an alien, and for the first like couple episodes, she's just wrapped in a futon the entire time. She even eats pizza from it like some sort of fucking monster. But
it's so adorable.
It's fucking adorable. But then you get your first reveal of her like 3 episodes in. You're like, whoa. You're like, what is this? No, like, her aunt's beautiful too. But, like, this girl takes the fucking cake. Like, every scene she's in, she's fucking sparkling. Like,
yeah,
it's
right.
Fucking,
like, who the hell's the father?
Right. Like, where is this person coming from? Like, who? But she continues to hold my
best girl list,
best looking girl list. Second girl on the list is my girl Senjo Gahara from Bakemonogatari. Now, I personally don't generally like tsunderes because I don't know why, but fucking this girl is she's so quirky in her tsundere-ness that it's perfect. Actually, no, she's barely a tsundere. She's actually almost borderline yandere.
Okay. Because
of the way what she does to fucking Araragi, and Araragi being the main character. In the anime, it's just, oh my god, it's just, she's so, but it's not like the reason why I like her so much is because she's not just like a traditional anime trope. She's not just a tsundere. She's not just a yandere character. She's like, every character in that anime is so fucking dynamic with if they had a character trait, it just fleshes it out into an actual fucking weirdo person.
Mm-hmm.
And her take on this weird mix between tsundere and yandere is just so fucking perfect that it's like I was immediately captivated by her as soon as she was on the fucking as soon as she was fucking introduced. Like I need more of her. I just need more of her. And it's spoiling a little bit of the anime, but I think this happens at episode 3, so fuck you. They start dating, and after they started dating, I've wanted nothing more than just see more of their relationship. I love it so fucking much because their dynamic is so. She's always fucking with him so much, and it's great. Like, because he's a master of comebacks. He's the absolute master of it. It's such brilliant writing. I love it. Ugh. And she's written so fucking well. Everything that comes out of her goddamn mouth is just so fucking captivating. Like, you're fucking throwing my brain for a loop. I love it. I want more, but they won't fucking give it to me. they're always on their all other great ass characters, but I just want one great ass character.
True.
There's Senjugahara from Bakemonogatari. I should probably explain the plot.
Is there really enough time to explain the plot?
The first season that was aired, not the chronologically, but the first season that was aired, introduces Koyomi Araragi as a student who is he was a vampire due to events during Golden Week last week. As the anime starts, it was literally the week before, or maybe not the week before, but maybe a week or two before. He became a vampire. He got all that solved to the point where he's not thirsting for blood, but he still has a lot of the characteristics. And he essentially goes around trying to deal with all the supernatural bullshit that starts happening in town. One of them being Senjugahara, who is introduced as a girl who lost all of her weight. Like, literally, she weighed as much as a feather. And the first scene is her fucking jumping down this fucking spiraling staircase slowly. Like, it's just beautiful. Like, this is one of those. This is a Shafty ass anime. This is by Shaft. It's one of those, neck turning, everything looks fucking weird ass anime, and it's so good. But all the characters are just written so fucking well. But anyway, enough gushing about that. It's fucking good. You should watch it. Where's my fucking word? My last one is now. Fuck you, first of all. I'm just gonna say
what?
Fuck you first of all, because I know you're gonna judge me.
Okay.
Everyone here is gonna judge me, and I'm gonna say fuck you.
I'm gonna curious.
You can kiss my ass.
All right.
All right. Because Centauria from Mon Musume is my fucking baby doll. She's so fucking cute. I can't handle it. Did you watch Mon Musume?
Yes.
The fucking centaur girl?
Yes.
I can't handle how fucking cute she is. She's so earnest in the way she loves the main character that it fucking pulls at my heartstrings. She's the one I'm rooting for. I want her to win. I want her to win his heart. Because she's so fucking, like, there's the characters that are like, oh yeah, we're going to use our sexuality to fucking woo them. But no, she's like, I'm a noble knighthood woman. I don't know anything about the things of love, but I'm going to try. And she tries her damnness, and it's adorable. I fucking love it. That's why I like Centauri. Not because she has big titties. Definitely not because she's half horse. But it's because she's so fucking earnest, and I can't handle it.
All right.
But yeah, there's my best girl.
No judge there. No judge.
Some people are judging.
Some people, maybe. Some people. But then again, I'm sure they're. I mean, coincidentally, mine are all human, but it's okay.
Fair enough.
You gotta have one monster in there, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, it infected me ever since I watched Mon Musume. I was like, man, fucking animal parts, fuck yeah.
Okay, now we're getting a little bit weird now, Jarron. You didn't have to say anything else.
Yeah.
But now you just made it weird.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I did.
You know what? Moving on. As for my waifus or my best girls, I'm gonna start off with with one of the ones that's like best deserving. I'm sure all of you know is Rem. Rem from ReZero.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Nah, I mean I don't have to go too in depth with this, but she's okay. Granted,
You gotta dive a little bit into the anime to get a good explanation.
true. Granted, in the anime, she was a bit what is it? Acquired taste because she initially had a murderous intent at the beginning.
Yeah.
But she
There was a reason.
She grew onto you as time goes on, and as you start figuring out that she's one of the most heartfelt and or just devoted individuals
Oh yeah,
ever.
definitely.
That to the point where she has her own prologue arc within the series itself, in the light novel series.
Right.
So she's definitely one of the most deserving ones that I do have on here as a list.
And if it's not for how one devoted she is, two how cute she is, it's because she has some mad twister skills.
Jarron, no, fuck you. It's too soon, Jarron. Really, Jarron. Anyway,
I'm sorry, I had to.
next on the list here is one of my first. I guess this is one of the first encounters I had with my voice actors, my favorite voice actors. It's Inori from Guilty Crown.
Okay.
So I mean, Jarron, if you see, that's her, the one on the poster.
Yeah.
Now the reason why I have her here because one of them is because she's voiced by one of my favorite voice actresses, but she's also one of the like strongest characters emotionally. Ironically, because she's a kudere and one of the most stoic characters, but she's strong in the sense that all she really wants is to support like the cause that she fights in the series, as well as she wants to support the one person that she cares about in the series. So, and she goes through hells and bounds to do what she needs to do in order for the good of all of mankind and even for the people she cares about. So.
I still gotta watch Guilty Crown because, like, I remember I watched the first couple episodes. I'm like, man, this is hard to keep up with.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of like, it's very story heavy and dialogue heavy.
They hit you a lot of exposition that if you're not in the mood for, it might put you off. But I know it's a good show because like I don't know if I would say it's critically acclaimed, but it was popular for its time.
Oh yeah,
really
definitely.
popular for its time.
So definitely watch. I mean, definitely that's why she's on there. Last on the list here is of course I gotta have someone on Fate because I'm a big Fate fanboy. But not your traditional Fate. It's actually from Fate Grand Order. Is Mashu Light.
Okay.
Also known as Shielder.
Oh. Okay.
For those of you who don't know or aren't familiar with her actual name.
Yeah.
But well, I mean.
Little Miss Knight of the Round Table.
Exactly. Actually, that's one of the reasons why she's on the list because she holds one of the most like iconic relics, and also she holds a position. She holds one of the most iconic positions as a demi servant. Because like apparently, I mean she's a really good character too because she's very devoted to like the main character like as her. She was very devoted to her senpai and making sure that like the mission goes well. In context of the game, yes, you. She's devoted to you as her senpai to make sure that all the missions that you guys go through hit off without a hitch, but also does her job well as a demi-servant in order to fulfill her role as that. Because, I mean, sadly enough, in context of the story, she is a demi-servant, so she's sort of like half homunculi. So she only has she has a very short lifespan, but she does her well damn near as to like used up whatever she has left in her life to be of use to you as your servant in that case. So it's a big ass shield. It's the walls of Camelot. You can't. One of the few noble phantasms to counter even the great King Arthur. So really that's why she's on there. My little mashed potato.
Your little soup bowl, Chan.
Exactly.
But next on our list is our best husbandos or best guys.
This is a bit hard because I don't think about the guys so often. So
well, see, you got to think about certain things about the guy. You don't have to look at their titties. You don't have to look at their dick. You don't have to look at their face.
Right.
You look at their personality. And I got a lot of personality on my list.
All right.
But I mean, you can go first if you want.
All right. I'll start off. First one on the list here is he's a bit of an old character, a bit of an oldie classic. Hayate Ayasaki from Hayate no Gotoku, or
oh my God.
Hayate the combat butler.
Boy.
This boy, if they were, if you were to have like a perfect butler other than like Black Butler and all that, Hayate is one of the most devoted and most skillful butler.
Oh yeah.
Or all around, just because he even has like some weird, he has abilities and powers that even he can't explain.
It goes from like, all right, like the anime itself just goes from like, all right, it's kind of sad that he has to do all this shit because his parents were shitty. Now he's a butler, and it's like, all right, he's a butler, goofy things are happening, cool, and then it fucking takes off from there.
Mm-hmm. But he's definitely one of those because like he's also one of the most deserving because of what he goes through. Like even the manga is still going to this day. And
really,
yeah. Jesus. After like what 2008, I think.
What is even happening? Like, do they fucking fighting the demon lord now? Like,
probably. I wouldn't be too surprised if that was the case.
Honestly,
but
right.
he's well deserved because of like the reason why is because he's under debt, and not just that, but he wants to try his best in order for his debt, but also for his his master and all that, and all the people that's involved in his life.
Right.
So he's definitely on that list because of that, because of his character and his personality. Next on my list here is another OP character from a little magical show. His name is Tatsuya Shiba from the Irregular at the Magical High School Academy. I don't know if you know it, Jarron. It's relatively recent. It's like back in high school.
Is that the one where the girls had like the midriff skirts? It was the one where he taught.
No, not that one. No, I know what you're talking about. No, it's not that one.
Oh, go on.
All right, so Tatsuya Shiba. What else can I have to say? There's a reason why back when the anime first came out, he was nicknamed Godsia, because he is one of the most OP characters at all, like ever. Like he's respectable. He's really skillful, and I mean he's unintentionally a ladies' man. Unfortunately, he doesn't really utilize that to his advantage because he's emotionless due to certain circumstances. But he's weirdly inspirational because a lot of his like OPness doesn't really come from himself, but a lot of it comes from like the people that he hangs around with. Like he himself can only do so much but he can do so much more with the people that he's with, and he's also with his sister as well. So. He's also the best Oni-chan as well.
Isn't this the one where like he falls in love with her?
No, not really. But they are very close siblings.
Like how close?
Like
they fucking? Or?
No, not that close. But they're in the anime. They can be mistaken as lovers.
Okay.
We're talking about that kind of closeness.
Oh, okay. They're bro sis con.
Essentially they both have cons for each other. And last but not least, this is something that Jarron and I have always preached about ever since the coming of age, and ever since the coming of this beautiful boy, Futoshi.
Oh, there he is.
Parasite Code.
There he is.
What I forgot. 314. Oh, there he I think 413. Wait a minute.
Ichi-ni-san.
Hold on. Give me.
Ichi-ni-san. Ichi-ni-san Furoku? Is that how it goes? Anyway, Futoshi, the Pillsbury Doughboy in the Franks. 214.
Yep. Parasite Code 214. This beautiful boy of Pillsbury Doughboy.
This man has touched the hearts of all of America, all of the world.
He's loved, he's lost.
He's loved, he's lost.
But he's found love again through both bread and women.
that you can't separate a man from his bread too long.
Nope.
He'll find it again. He'll put several buns in the oven.
Is that a bun? Is that a bun? Oh. I mean, what else is there? What else is there to say about this guy? Jarron and I have been preaching about Futoshi for so long.
Exactly.
There's a dedicated video on the other channel called "Futoshi Did Nothing Wrong."
Like I don't even think we have to explain what the anime was about. Like it's been the majority of our content for the last fucking 20 episodes.
Right, but just to even put more words for him, Futoshi. He's been the most emotionally strong person that we all should strive to be, and is definitely deserving on this list because of that.
Oh yeah. No, I certainly agree. I'm sad that I didn't put him on here.
That's okay. That's what I got him.
Him for us.
I got him for us.
You got our boy.
For all the boys out there.
For all the boys. All right, so my list is a little actually, it's not strange at all, to be honest. First guy up, straight up, All Might. Like,
plus Ultra.
All right, I was gonna say Kamina, but again, not fair.
Yeah, that's true. No bias.
No bias. I had to go with All Might because he's like, I mean, obviously
it's All Might.
Yes, but like obviously, Boku no Hero Academia is supposed to be doing the whole comic book hero kind of ideal,
right?
And All Might just embodies that. Like, he's just so fun of a character that it's just like, you can't help but look up to the man. Like, he's just so jolly. He's just a jolly old man. Like, he's so cool. He's too strong. And then when shit really gets down, the fact that he just keeps that smile on his face is too much. Like, I love it. I mean, shit goes down later on in the anime, and then definitely more so in the manga. Well, not so much in the manga, but not yet anyway. But it's good. Like, All Might's my boy. Your big inflatable boy. All right, I don't want to say inflatable. But the other person on my list is like Futoshi is a best boy. But like this guy, fucking Takehito Morokuzu, or Gakuto from Prison School.
Oh, right.
Glasses guy or nerd boy. Man, if some of the things he will sacrifice for his boys is too much. Like this man ruined his high school career so that his boy could go on a date. Like, he ruined his prized possession so that his boy could go on this date. It was the same instance of this date. Like, this man, not only, like, okay, so I don't want to spoil it, but, like, you gotta know what this boy's been through.
Just know that he went through it.
We went through it. If you don't know what Prison School is, it's an anime where this all-girls school becomes co-ed, but only like 4 guys enter the 5 guys enter the school, but the student council is like, no, don't interact with them because perversion thing is going to happen. If anything does happen, they're going to get sent to a school jail, which is literally like a prison on the school campus. So the boys get sent there because they tried to peep on the girls, and it's essentially them attempting to, because they also have to live in the prison. It's essentially them having to fucking exist in this literal prison school. I don't know what to say outside of that, other than the fact that this anime goes some places that you just don't expect. It will always top itself. Like, it's ridiculous starting off, but it goes further. But this man goes the farthest. You will love this man or you will die. Like, he's too much. And then my last boy, you already know what it is. Shadow the fucking Hedgehog.
What?
Sonic X counts as a fucking anime boy. What up? Shadow the motherfucking Hedgehog.
Are you serious right now?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I'm being 100% fucking serious. Shadow the fucking Hedgehog is my 100 number one top boy. Like, His fucking angsty, edgy ass fucking fills my soul with life. It's so good. He's got the perfect amount of angst, perfect amount of edge that just fills my fucking veins with vigor. Like, he's the fucking best. Like, screw everyone that says Jalen Hedgehog's too edgy. He's just a fuck you. All right, fuck you right in here, you little boy pussy. Fuck you.
All right, Jarron, we're getting a little bit too aggressive there.
Yeah. All right. Well, Shadow the Hedgehog. I don't have to explain where he's from. You know where he's from.
Well, there you go, guys. That was our giant C.R.E.A.D list plus our best girls, best boys list. So far in 2018, we probably might do another one in 2019 if that, things update over time. But as always, guys, thank you for listening. Thank you for downloading. Make sure to follow us on all the social medias. We do our best to give you the greatest and best kind of content we can possibly try every week. Of course.
Even if we're dead tired at 4 a.m.
Yep. Where can you find us, Jarron?
Right. I'm sorry. You can find us on YouTube, like I said before. You can find us on Facebook if you want to chat at us. Find us on Twitter if you want to chat at us. If you want to fucking watch our shit, you can find it on YouTube. You can find it on listen to our shit. You can find it on YouTube. You can find it on fucking iHeartRadio, iTunes, recycled paper. What is it?
What?
The new one?
Listen Notes.
Listen Notes. I was gonna say recycled paper.
Oh my god.
iTunes, Google Play,
Stitcher,
the Stitcher app, Notebook.
I think that's about it. As always, guys, my name is Jomel Socorro.
My name's Jarron Gaddis.
And we are the Wannabe Boo Podcast, bringing the latest and greatest game and anime news, reviews, and waifus for life.
Thanks for listening, guys, and we'll talk to you next time.